NHS staff in hospitals in England say they are going hungry during their shifts because hot food is not available 24 hours a day.
Doctors and nurses working long hours under difficult conditions say they're often faced with empty vending machines, especially when they're on overnight shifts. Last year, an independent review into hospital food for patients and staff found that kitchen facilities needed to be upgraded. Andrew Plant has the details.
In the past, it's often been food for patients, causing hospital catering to make the headlines. But now it's pictures like these, posted on social media. NHS staff finding there's simply no food to be found, besides a few lonely snacks in a vending machine. This doctor tweeting on a Monday, night 4 of 4 on ICU, and there's been no sandwiches since Friday.
Working in the NHS, anyway, the hours are quite long, the conditions are quite stressful. The food provision in some places and in some hospitals, I'd say is non-existent. So if you don't bring your own food to work, there's a good chance you could go hungry overnight. Often NHS staff aren't getting the kind of nutrition that they need when they're working those really punishing long shifts.
NHS workers have been spilling the beans online, one saying no change in 50 years, night staff never get fed properly. Another added, it's shocking that healthcare workers are left with nutrition-less options. Podiatrist Neely has started a campaign for better food for NHS workers.
Mental health issues have gone up as a result. We're all very stressed. They are going through so much and they're sacrificing so much, and that shouldn't be the case, and this is why I'm doing this, because I care so much about them.
In October last year, celebrity chef Prue Leith reviewed NHS food, recommending to the government that hospitals offer hot food round the clock for both patients and staff. Although some hospitals do have overnight access to canteens, so far many NHS workers haven't seen much improve. The 24-hour hot food campaign hopes to change that and persuade hospital trusts to offer healthy hot food options to all their staff, whatever shift they might be working. Andrew Plant, BBC News.
Well, we're joined now by chef Dame Prue Leith, who last year, as you heard in that report, led an independent review into NHS hospital food for both patients and staff. Lovely to see you, Dame Prue. Good morning to you. Stories about empty vending machines, staff not getting the food they need during those long night shifts. Was that your experience when you were leading that independent review? What did you see whilst you were in hospitals?
To be honest, we saw an absolute mix. We saw some disgraceful situations like your nurses and doctors have described. And we saw some really good things. I mean, there are hospitals who do it right. And one of our recommendations was that we should use the hospitals that do it right as sort of teaching centres and influences on other hospitals. And that is happening. I mean, a lot of hospitals are getting better. I have to say that I'm a little disappointed at the speed of progress, but that's sort of understandable when so many trusts and hospitals are, all their focus is on COVID at the moment. But, you know, the sooner we get nurses and doctors and all the support staff fed at night when they need it, the better the service will be. And the sooner we tackle it, the better. And so I rather welcome this new campaign from the bottom saying, come on, let's do something about this. Because in many cases, it's not that difficult to do. And things like empty vending machines are just disgraceful. But actually, what we recommended was that they had better vending machine, which served hot food and healthy food, and that if possible, it shouldn't be vending machines at all. It should be a catering service, or at least a nice, relaxed place where nurses and doctors and other staff can, heat up their own soup, make toast, do dinners, and have somewhere to sit down and relax for 5 minutes while they eat. We hear too many stories about eating a sandwich in a corridor. It's not good for health, and it's not good for mental health either.
And a lot of people will be very surprised at this